Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a little local news in the sunshine. Here we are right outside of the CAMP NACO facility that is 100 years old next year, as a matter of fact. And we'll find out next Tuesday at the regular Bisbee City Council meeting if the council approves the purchase of this property for $1 from the Huachuca City municipality. They had it since 2006, and now they want to pass it on to someone else. The mayor tells us that there will be no impact on the city's insurance, as it will be absorbed into the insurance pool that the city participates in. As many as 5,000 U.S. government troops were stationed on this property to keep the Mexican Revolution back in 1919 through 1924 from spilling over into the United States. So the troops were sent here to protect this area. The place is locked up and has been for some time, ever since it was discovered that there were problems with asbestos here. The asbestos problem has been taken care of, but because of vandalism, it's been fenced off and it's padlocked. But I got in here with permission from David Lloyd, who is a neighbor here and has keys to the front gate. When they let me in on Saturday, I was able to take photographs of these buildings, these adobe buildings, up close. And I'm going to show you those pictures while you're listening to my telephone interview with Rebecca Orozco on the morning news from Kctr. I'm Chuck Alton.
You know, just saying the name, Pace Avenue Takeout, makes my mouth water. Nobody does it better than classically trained international chef Ginger Ryan.
Her desserts are to die for. The lemon mascarpone cake, that's my favorite. If it wasn't for Ginger, since I live alone and don't cook very often for myself, I'd starve to death. What can I tell you? So I buy meals from Ginger probably an average of twice a month. It's economical. The servings are always double what I can eat alone by myself, so usually I have some left over for dinner the next night.
This month's menu is online at paceavenuetakeout.com. Large portions, low prices on a wide variety of foods. Pick up on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, or take advantage of their brand new free delivery. Chef Ginger will even prepare deliciously healthy meals for you every day if you want, for less than the cost of shopping. Just call the local order number on your screen and get started eating real good in the neighborhood. Say Pace Avenue Takeout, and you, my friend, are saying a mouthful.
Obviously, the people of Bisbee are going to say, well, how much is this going to cost? Because we're not in that much better shape than Huachuca City. And so what would Bisbee's role be? I'm assuming you would play a major role in the future of the property.
Well, I hope so. But, you know, again, I understand politics and all that. However, Bisbee has already voted to receive the camp. At this point, they just have to vote to allocate the $1 to buy it, okay? Mm-hmm. And that is supposed to be on the next city council meeting. Anyway, what I envision and what that master plan talks about is a mix, and it has to have some kind of revenue-generating use to be able to survive. You can't afford to just rebuild it and let it sit, because it'll just fall down again.
Right.
So what the plan was, and we've had a number, we got the grants to mitigate the asbestos from a program through the EPA called the Brownfields Program. Those Brownfields grants, that was about $400,000. Well, they require community input. So we had a number of community member meetings in NACO. NACO would like a meeting space. They don't have, as a community, a meeting space. The fire department would like to build a new fire station there. They promise it would be in good keeping, but they would then be willing to watch, be the on-site guards, basically, for the camp. They're a library. NACO doesn't have a library. They like to have a branch library. And there's also the idea of a museum to the Mexican Revolution. The NACO Mammoth site is right there. This is something that draws people from across the United States. That could be part of a museum. The Arizona Rangers got their start in NACO. They had their museum in Nogales and lost their space. They are interested in moving a museum to the site. So those kinds of sites. There's also the idea that it's got great open space. It could be artist studios. The 10 little officers' quarters buildings could be restored for either low-income elderly housing or perhaps as kind of a B&B that provided revenue to keep the rest of the camp going.
Now, I'm sorry. The various entities that you've named that would like to have a presence there, and it sounds very exciting, would they bring with them some of the wherewithal for moving the project forward, or is it completely dependent on the writing of grants?
I'm not sure. I'll just be honest. It will take, because NACO isn't an organized community, so they don't have a tax base per se. The only organized group in NACO is the fire department. And they said that they would qualify for a rural fire department grant to build a new station. So that would bring, that is a possibility. I mean, there is so much here that could bring more people. You could add to the people who visit here, both the golf course and the nature it represents, the mammoth, the prehistoric animal sites along the Greenbush Draw, the Mexican Revolution history, the history of the border, the whole border question. Camp NACO is the perfect place. It's the center of all those stories. And I am so excited that we might be able to still save it.
Becky, thank you so much, and we promise to stay in touch with you about this project.
Okay. Thank you.
Take care.
Whoa, never ridden one of our awesome electric bikes? Come to BTC and take a free test ride. You'll love it as you zip all around town for just $10 an hour. The BTC, it's your one-stop fun spot.
You probably don't need this reminder, but Tuesday the 28th, that's tomorrow for many of you, is the final day for you to get your ballot in. And this is the one place in Bisbee where you'll be able to vote. Now, this is a changed location. It's not at the church like it was last year, or excuse me, in the last voting cycle, but this is the County Board of Supervisors meeting room, and this is the county complex here on Melody Lane. The buses run to and from, no problem, fully ADA compliant, so if you're in a wheelchair or have a difficult time getting around, you're covered here, as you are with any polling place in America. They have to be ADA compliant. So please, rock your vote. And within a couple of days, we'll know here in Bisbee who will be seated as mayor for the next 2 years. Will it be incumbent David Smith, or will it be his challenger, Cynthia Conroy? And we'll keep you posted at kctrnews.com. Now, let's take a look at this week's weather. The monsoon could be winding down here pretty soon, and we'll be having thunder showers for sure during the course of this week, and moderate temperatures, as we are so used to here in Bisbee.
Whoa, never ridden one of our awesome electric bikes? Come to BTC and take a free test ride. You'll love it as you zip all around town for just $10 an hour. The BTC, it's your one-stop fun spot.
And we're wrapping up today's broadcast here in front of the Bisbee Animal Shelter. Friends of the Bisbee Animal Shelter remind you that when you adopt, they know it and they show it. See this guy here? He's our pet of the week. And you can come here to the Bisbee Animal Shelter any day from 10 to 2 and pet our pets, and maybe even take one home. You might even feel something when you look them in the eye and they look back and say, let's go. And that's our newscast for the day. I am off on the Labor Day weekend. We'll see you shortly thereafter. From the KCTR newsroom, I'm Chuck Alton, and now back to the big Bisbee breakfast with Ben and Reagan.